So, we meet again.
Hello, and welcome. We are here at the Afterparty. So, we've got about half an hour of exclusive stuff to show you, featuring bonus events, honourable mentions of the week, behind the scenes, interesting and funny moments, and some run comments that you guys have been leaving for, well, your specific runs. You may ask the hosts anytime about anything, so we're here. I'm going to be monitoring the chat a little bit more, so yeah, time to have some fun. Obviously, we probably more monitor the comments after we finish the bonus events. So, yeah, pick that popcorn back up. We've got a little bit more to show you. I'm joined here again with Mr. Alito.
Nice to meet you. I have no idea what to expect because I didn't even know this was happening. Well, let's see what happens.
And here we go. Event 1, we're going back to the start. Modesto Heights Reverse Venom.
Well, that's exciting. Let's see what we're gonna see now. Hopefully something we haven't seen like an hour ago.
No, these are all honourable mention runs. And we are starting with Quakulous, the Quaker, currently in 16th place. And as you can see, very nice start. Goes in with a roll.
He also has a little Transcendence logo on the left and right of the screen. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's quite honourable actually. I mean, it just makes it clear all the further that this is a Transcendence run. And look at the VR perspective as well. It's a full screen. It's not circular. I mean, crazy. It's proper high def. Very, very high there though.
I mean, that was quite a lot of hype. I mean, that was a nice new love record.
Yep, that was a 3070. And next up we have Coming Clean, a community legend, aka known as AG Racing Central. Goes in with a nice barrel roll. I figured we'd have a special guest for this particular one. As you can see, very nice line, going in nice and deeply, but side shifts a little bit too far over to the right there. But nonetheless...
Yeah, a bit of a weird way to use side shifts, but I mean, he's still kind of maintaining his line, and he's likely going to be his coast here. Oh, actually, he goes for a different use of the turbo, I believe.
But nonetheless, gets a very clean run to the line. Now he's skipped ahead to Sol 2 reverse flash. This is the third run of the 6th.
Well, let's see what goes on here.
Here we are with Anna Player, who's in 6th place, using a Triacus HD.
Triacus HD!
We figured we'd spice up the after party by showing you some unique runs. Unique runs being honourable mentions, for example...
I think this is very unique.
I mean, 6th place in a Triacus HD with this level of control, you gotta honour it. You gotta honour the balls.
He definitely does uses whichever ship he feels at that day.
Using a tank in a race.
Yeah, quite a Chad move.
Indeed. We're going all the way now to Event 9, Empire Climb C, because there's a specific individual who has been trying hard on this event this week.
I mean, you have to honor it.
Yep. And it's not who you think it is, actually. It's not Kit. It's none other than Lady White.
Oh, really? That's quite a nice gesture of you.
Indeed. I have noticed this week that she was trying incredibly hard to beat Bonk's time, I believe. And she did it finally, I believe, last night. So therefore, I figured since it was part of Transcendence, why not show it? Let's see how she did it.
Well, that's quite an honorable move from yourself. Very clean racing line. It's a bit wide, using the side shifts to help keep her racing line nice and clean.
Very nice barrel roll.
Nice roll there. I mean, as you can plainly see, it takes a lot to do what we do.
Practice makes perfect. With a 59.69. And she's going to be dropping in a moment. As you can see, she's way ahead of her Ghost, but as we know, Ghosts are glitched. But either way, doesn't matter, she is ahead anyway.
Very honorable lap right here, and we get a 59.54.
Absolutely magnificent. The more you
we're
try...
getting a lot of hearts in the moment. And now, I predict... Oh wait, we're going to see the tie, aren't we?
Say again, sorry?
I think we're going to see the tie here.
We are indeed going to see the tie. We're going to Event 10 Downtown B, and there's someone who has matched my time. And let's be honest, we know who it is. It's Beak, currently in 1st place. So let's see how he got his time.
I think has spent over 300 laps probably for this time. And I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I mean, if this guy is that dedicated to literally beating a single lap time just to tie,
I mean 2 weeks to potentially improve it, break the tie, who knows?
I mean, who knows? I mean, one of us is going to get knocked for 5 points eventually, so...
Yeah.
Who knows? Doesn't quite get the power roll there, but nonetheless...
This is the roll, though.
Ooh. There you go, a tie between me and Beak.
Yeah.
And now we come on to the final event that we're showing today, Metro Park C Event 21. Now there's a specific reason why I showed this event, because in the comments, as you're going to see in a moment, you're going to understand why I put this run in here.
Is it Mikhail's run?
It indeed is Mikhail's run. Apparently I'm going to get aneurysms at each failed barrel roll. So, Let's see this. I'm going to have an aneurysm. I'm going to get a lot of aneurysms by the end of this run, apparently. So I think we'd torture myself live.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the first one.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Part of me thought we was going to roll then.
Oh my god, he is super close to the rock there.
You got a very
giving
clean
the wall
line.
a hug.
Everyone likes hugs. Very close though. He's got a very good racing line.
Yeah, trying to maintain it steady, maintaining the lines as best as possible.
You got to give him his due though. He's trying.
Yeah, he is trying. I mean,
And he's hitting the speed pads as well. He's hitting the speed pads, so fair play to him. He's doing good. He's got the right idea of racing line. Oh, doesn't quite hit that speed pad.
yeah, and I mean, he did hit a bit, like, he definitely knows that corner of all of them.
We should note again, Mikhail was a silver finalist in the Epsilon run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly very happy to see him 5 years later in Transcendence.
Returning players, ladies and gentlemen, returning players. We'd like to see it. I wonder how many...
I know Solar of Epsilon, he was actually under a different PSN. So was Tencho under a different name. I think... and yes, it indeed is possible to get 2 BRs. Solar has in his first place run. You could see it in the leaderboard if you so desire.
We've also done it in run review...
3 or 2?
I think it was either 3 or 2. I'm not exactly sure, but we have reviewed this one, so you can go and have a little look, or you can go on the leaderboards and see for yourself. There is a link available on the Transcendence Discord, and I believe I also left it in the previous run review. And you can view anybody's runs.
As well.
You can view anybody's runs. Oh my goodness gracious me! He tried every time. One day he will land it. You've got this, Mikhail. Just pitch down and pitch up and you got it. It's the second roll that's a bastard, though. Look at that. Smooth lines. I mean, he was precise everywhere. Ooh,
almost
a little wiggle.
Touches the lake there.
Which probably might have not have been very good. But nonetheless.
Yeah.
No. There you go. Very consistent lap times, as you can see.
Yeah.
Very nice time. Good job. And we are back. That is the end of all the runs tonight. We are now going behind the scenes. So, time to show you what graphics and stuff I am currently working on, and, well... If you pitch down first, you go higher. Yes, you do sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Doesn't always work, but it does eventually result in you going higher when you pitch down. Because it's like you're throwing your ship downwards and then upwards. It's like having it's like a swing. You have to time it absolutely correct though. So.
Yeah, you have to do it like at the right. Yeah, like I said, you have to feel momentum velocity.
Yes. Alright, here we go. So, we're going behind the scenes now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome you to my blue wall. It's a nice blue wall, isn't it? I mean, it's a very, very interesting blue wall. But, I figured, let's add everyone here, shall we? Bring them all out. There they are. So, ta-da! As you can see, I have a list of all the pilot, well, most of the contenders here with all their player cards. What do you think so far? As you can see, contenders remaining 30. because there were 30 contenders in the event that signed up. I'm now going to continue. And yeah, this is going to be used online to track the players remaining. And you're going to see how. So there's a loud noise incoming. As you can see, 2 contenders got eliminated right there. So Fahim and Maximars have been eliminated, as you can see. And that means there are 28 contenders remaining in the tournament.
There actually is a bit of a mistake. Maximars actually decided to rejoin the tournament like a few days ago. I know that's very confusing, but...
Wait, really?
Yes. Fahim is still out, though, because of college. Sad to see, because this would have been his first tournament ever, but, you know, sometimes life has the priority.
Oh, well. So basically I've eliminated him for nothing there. Oh, great. But luckily for me, this is just a template. So yeah, but this is a graphic that I'm working on currently, as you can see, with the numbers going flying in when someone gets eliminated. And this is going to be used frequently as the online stages progress. We're going to start seeing these contenders get eliminated live. Ooh. I've got some very mixed, interesting opinions on Max rejoining the tournament, considering the fact that he left before January.
I mean, that's literally what happened, because he left, he came back, and I'm like, okay, so he has his ID, so I'm just waiting for him to submit something.
So basically we just violated him live. Oops. Sorry. Oops. Honest Fork, how do you decide which runs to review? First time in one of these streams. So the way this works, the run reviews, I can actually discuss this now as well, because we actually are behind the scenes, so we might as well start discussing.
Yes. I mean, I think you do most of the work, but I guess I offer very small hints. Or, I mean, usually I think, like, we have to at least have, in most circumstances, whoever is first place for that event. I mean, usually at the moment it's either me, Fork, or Solar, I think.
Sometimes, but not all the time. Yeah. I'll get to this graphic in a moment. But we tend to decide the runs that are in the kind of the middle of the leaderboard, who have yet to been shown, and primarily ones that we haven't shown already. And we kind of always prioritize first place to make sure that they're there as well, especially if there's a new run available. So if there's like a new first place or new like podium in a specific week, they'll likely get shown. And also the events that do get decided are either ones that haven't been shown as much as others. Now we've actually shown every single event. It's more so that the more popular events get shown, and the ones that haven't been shown as much also get shown with runs that haven't yet been shown. So it's kind of all very random to make sure everyone kind of gets the chance to kind of like get the chance to be in one of these run reviews, because we don't want to just keep prioritizing first, second, and third, because that's no fun to everybody. We want to show everyone's improvement.
Yeah, we want to show that everyone has an opportunity and that everyone has importance in this tournament.
Which is why it's kind of like very random on the numbers. As you can see, we had like second, fourth, and eighth, and then we had first, seventh, and 11th, and then we had second, fourth, and seventh. You know what I mean? It's all very random, and we kind of trying to show like the best to the middle runs to the ones that need to improve more. It's an overall kind of like a balanced thing, really. Sometimes we prioritize the higher ends when they've got something amazing to show. For example, we've had ones where we've gone first, second, and fourth, because they've obviously had like, there's either been fewer participants on that list, or there's been kind of like a lot of amazing things to show, which is why we've done this after party as well, to kind of show some more of the runs that have just recently been verified and people that have just joined and haven't had the chance to be in a run review yet. So it's kind of like we're giving those people an opportunity, like Quakulous and Coming Clean, for example. They've only just submitted their first runs.
Two new people there.
They've only just started submitting their runs. So obviously they wouldn't have made a run review straight away, because it's obviously diverse on what events we pick each week. Like, for example, we won't be seeing like some of the events this week, next week. it's always going to be different events, and it's very rare we kind of show back-to-back events unless there's been a lot of significant like participation in those events. So if there's been, say, 5 new submissions on a specific event in that 1 week, it's very likely going to be shown because there's new activity. We're obviously going to be showing off what people's times are and how to beat them, basically, because we want the tournament to be as close as possible. And as you can see with the run reviews so far, people have gotten close to their times, and people have, well, significantly improved and got on new metas, new tactics, new roles, all sorts of different things, which is why you see a lot of these ties. We've had 15 ties so far in this tournament. It is absolutely nuts. But I kind of hope that explains how we select these run reviews events, because we kind of want to prioritize everyone. We want everyone to be shown at least once. We want every single event to be shown at least once. And, you know, I just hope that kind of the format of we showing them is completely fair, and we would never like prioritize anybody because that's not fair. But primarily, if we've not shown an event before, we were always going to be like showing the first place and more the podiums than we are kind of like towards the bottom. But nonetheless, everyone will get their turn in the spotlight with these run reviews.
Yep.
I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So this graphic right here, I should explain. It's taking a minute. So as you can see, we have a background with the following: the Transcendence logo, the Wipeout Omega Collection logo, because obviously that's the game we're obviously participating in. We have the player card of the player whose statistics we are currently reviewing. And as you can see, Kid 8 with an outdated score of 1,500 points and 1 gold medal at his current moment in time, and his tournament stage and his total eliminations, and his final position at the end of the tournament. So each player will receive one of these at the end of the tournament, stating obviously their qualifying points that they got in the qualifying, the total number of gold medals they have achieved. So gold medals include the number of gold medals they got in Transcendence qualifying, and also the number of gold medals achieved or first place positions achieved during the online stages. So they'll all be counted for and stuff like that. Eliminations is quite self-explanatory, the number of kills overall you've got in the tournament. So if you killed 20 pilots from stage 1 all the way to the end of the championship, that'll be the number there. Tournament stage reached is obviously the stage that you obviously reached. So right now we're in stage 1. If you happen to finish below the top 20, that will be stage 1. You would finish in stage 1. In stage 2, it will obviously come up saying that you've made it to the Ascension tournament, which is obviously stage 1, round 1, round 2, and round 3. I meant stage 2, sorry. So obviously it'll say like at the end there, tournament stage reached 2.3 if you made it to the top 12, which is obviously round 2, stage 3. So yeah, and if you make it to the top 8, which happens to be obviously the actual Transcendence Championship, then that number will then display a 3 because you've reached stage 3, which is the championship. So that's what that says. And final position will obviously be your overall finishing position in Transcendence. So if you finish 5th place in the online tournament, your final position will be 5th place. And I should state as well, each pilot will get their own image from the game itself, customized the way that obviously that their playstyle is. For example, Kid 8, in this instance, he uses Piranha Fury a lot. So he will get an image with Piranha Fury at the end. And for me, for example, I probably might get an image of Detonator. And Iwito here, he may get an image of Zone Mode or an Oricon Fury. So it's kind of like we're looking in depth on what people have been using and what their tactics are and what their kind of like play style is. And we're going to make an image reflecting that at the end of the tournament for each of you, which I thought was a nice little gesture to kind of commemorate your performance throughout Transcendence, just to make nobody feel like they're useless or any if they perform worse than others, because everyone's got a kind of like everyone's had a contribution to Transcendence.
Everyone has their own thing, or everyone has their own place that they want to provide in the tournament.
Yes, and I feel as if doing a little graphic like this will kind of allow you to share it amongst your friends and say, look at how well I did during this tournament. It's a global end tournament and I finished here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like a souvenir that you guys get to take away at the end of your tournament history. Obviously, it's kind of hard to make a graphic for those who don't obviously contribute to the tournament whatsoever. Like, for example, for those who haven't actually started their runs yet, there's not going to be much here to give to them, is there? So it's kind of like, I think the requirement would be if you could at least do one run, then I have some stats to give, you know. But otherwise, it's kind of.
Well, the good news is that all we need is just one more person to submit something, and that means we'll have 20 people, or in other words, basically all the necessary people to start stage 2.
And I do think that is going to happen because Patrex is going to submit. And also, it's very likely we're going to see Murcielago appear in the mix as well, which means somebody will go home at the end of qualifying.
It is guaranteed someone will go home.
So, yeah, basically, for somebody out there and the other 7, they've only got 2 weeks left in this tournament. Someone is going home. And who's going to land where? I have no idea, honestly. It's going to be so tight. Nothing is accurate, just an example. So I figured I'd state that. Nothing is accurate. Right. I should state here. Am I going to hear myself through your mic?
Wait, why is there a happy face and a frown face?
Allow me to explain. So, basically, Nitro happened to be the first person that I made a player card for. So, these were the 2 designs that I selected from. As you can see, I gave him some random tag and 2 different ways of displaying it. The bottom one was obviously selected in the end because, well, it just looks better, as you've seen in all the player cards. But however, I may change the player cards to blue. I'm not sure yet, because blue is kind of like the colour for Transcendence, and I guess pink can be the qualifying. But we'll see on that one. I don't know if I'll have the the sanity to sit there and change everyone. But nonetheless, it was an idea. But overall, the bottom design was the one that was used, but a pitched one was the one above, as you can see with the, well, the clan tag of each individual pilot was in the actual player name itself and not down the bottom right there. And as you can see, the smiley face was obviously replaced by the the actual ship logo and stuff. But obviously the smiley faces here were just a placeholder, and obviously flag, I mean, that's self-explanatory. I don't really need to say why flag is there. And obviously, yeah, the colours were changed, obviously, for each of the titles as well, depending on what title you unlocked, which I might add. If you guys have had a title that was pre-assigned to you just so they can make a player card, you are eligible to change it. For those who had decided their title, that is going to be permanent for you, just because obviously it was easier to kind of leave it that way. But for those who I also assigned, I will allow you to change your title just once. So, but yeah, these were the designs that I had for the player cards initially, but maybe I'll change them to blue for the tournament. I don't know. We'll see. Anything you want to add, Avito?
I mean, they definitely are nice-looking graphics, that's for sure.
And now we move on to a video segment. So as you can see, this is the template created for the run review that you saw tonight. But as you can see, there are some differences. As you can see, there wasn't as much action in this particular one. It's because I had to use a additional clip on top to kind of make it seem a little bit more open-ended. But this is the template that was used for the actual run review. Obviously, anybody is welcome to use these templates for their particular runs. So if you wanted to include it in your video, you are more than welcome to do so, as you are part of the tournament. And say for those who are Eric, who are making like videos on this tournament as we speak. Really do appreciate that one, by the way, Eric. If you are watching, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Eric. That means a lot to the both of us and for everyone else.
Oh, because we did discuss my one, but you put Tottenham August, which I don't think I wanted. I'm pretty sure you did say you wanted that one. Otherwise I wouldn't have done it. But if you want it changed, I mean, feel free. If it was pre-assigned, then I can change it if you want me to. I'm more than happy to do so. I don't think I did pre-assign it though, because I'm pretty certain you were a tournament organizer. Was he?
I mean, technically he verifies runs, but I don't think he actually looked at a run yet. Oh, I don't. He can.
I don't know. But either way, if you want it changed, speak. I'm more than happy to oblige. I've got a list of ones that you do have available. Like most of them are like mainly to do with Zero G Rush and also all the other stuff. I don't have perms yet, so I guess maybe he wasn't a tournament organizer, but never mind. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can get that changed if need be. But alas, like I was saying, anybody can use these graphics if they want to in their videos. And as I say, with Eric making a video as well, I mean, to AG Racing Central, we really do appreciate it. He gave us a shout out earlier on, and I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. And we look forward to seeing more runs from you, obviously, same as everybody else. So, but yeah, everyone is allowed to use any of the graphics and any of the assets that are used in Transcendence. And this was requested a long time ago by, I believe, Mr. Aloy, who wanted a leaderboard for his, well, for the finals when it came to it. So, well, I made the graphic, and here it is.
Hey, it didn't crash this time.
No, it didn't.
But I remember you were saying like you were trying to make this over and over and over and over.
Yeah. Oh, mate. It actually stayed with me, this one. But as you can see, the first, second, and third are split off. And fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and eighth are obviously, well...
I mean, they're there.
Might I add, by the way, it's that in the in the tournament, it's the top 4 that go up in each round. So if you finish in 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th in any given point, you have lost. Basically, you are out of the tournament, and you will get eliminated by the graphic.
Specifically when we get to the knockout stages and, well, actually, not the championship, because then it's pretty much who can get the most points and finish in first.
Yes. From what I understand as well, I believe when it comes to the championship in 2 weeks' time, essentially, I believe that it's going to be 1 round a weekend. So there's 72 online events for each one, I believe. Am I right? Or
okay, so the way it's similar to Epsilon. So, I mean, what we probably could do is that we could just do a bunch of the necessary races, and then whatever we don't finish, we move to the next weekend. And then, I mean, although I think HC single race is going to be all in one weekend, because that's going to be the final set of events. And then, I mean, again, it's similar to Epsilon, Venom, Flash, Rapier, Phantom, and then we tally up all the points and see who wins.
Mm-hmm. And obviously that's for each week as well, because obviously weekend 1 is obviously going to be stage 2, round 1. Next week will be stage 2, round.
Yeah.
The PlayStation started talking to me again. Go away. I can't remember what I said now. Basically, but yeah, round 2, stage 2 will follow the weekend after, and then round 2, stage 3. Pardon me, sorry. Stage 2, round 3. That's such a tongue twister. That will then follow the weekend after, and then the final weekend of the tournament, it will also be the best 8 who go head to head for that €100 sorry, dollar price. I was about to say euro, knob.
It's USD, so feel free to convert what that is in your local currency.
It's about £85 in the United Kingdom and about €90, roughly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Would you like to run us through how all of this is going to work, Angel? I'm very sure.
Okay, so in about 2 weeks' time, when qualifying ends, if you look in the leaderboard, the top 4 go straight to stage 3, which is the championship with zone battle, eliminator, races, whatever. Now, if you finish 5th to 12th, you will go to the third round of stage 2. And for stage 2, it's 12 races, 8 HD, and 4 2048. The points are reset, so whoever has the most points at the end of 12 races, the top 4 go to the next stage, and the other 4 are out completely. So basically, on each round of stage 2, 4 people will be going home after the 12 races are over. So it's pretty high tense. You want to finish in the top 4, and then obviously in the championship, just pretty much fight for as many points as you can. So hopefully that helps clear things up. We'll try to get all the races done for stage 2 in a single day. It might be tricky. We'll probably figure out a day. But then for the championship, we'll basically just go for the weekends. And since Nitro has said that he's not available on Saturdays, we will make note of that when we schedule online races, because we're certainly going to be doing that soon. Try to figure out when everyone's available so that we can make sure this all runs nice and smoothly.
I think an ideal time would be, I think you'd probably say, like Sunday at around the same time that a run review would go live, because it seems as though, judging by the fact that everyone was here at 10 p.m. my time, it seems as though that this time probably would be adequate for the tournament times. And I think, judging by the fact that Saturdays are usually quite busy, but Sundays aren't usually busy, I think maybe Sunday 10 p.m. is probably an ideal start time. But that's obviously my suggestion.
Yeah, but that might coincide with what Nitro said, so we'll have to do a double check on that as we get there.
If worse comes to worse, we can always start it earlier. I mean, there's always obviously we got to negotiate it. There's also Friday as well. Yeah, that might be a bit weird, but I mean, it's certainly possible. So, yeah, and T-Sean Edmonds has politely corrected us and said it is 92.73 euros or £79.18 at current rates. So thanks for clearing that up, sir. I mean, we still have 2 weeks to figure out when everyone's available, so we're definitely going to start running that out soon to make sure it all goes nice and smoothly. Yeah, we're also trying to include everybody. I think, well, Awito, I should say, will always try and include everybody. He won't screw anyone over. No one ever would believe that. So it's like, whatever the final decision is, it's going to be based off of the majority and hopefully everybody. So, yeah. Yeah. I think that's safe to say. So, this is an unused graphic as well. So, this is to be used to introduce the top 20 at the end of qualifying. Obviously, this is an example, none of it's legit. So there you go. It must be your priority, guys, for fuck's sake, guys. LMAO. Obviously, I'm not an organizer. I should probably put that out there. I'm just a cosmetics designer. I'm just here to do the cosmetics. But I'm very certain it was priority because, well, why wouldn't it be priority? I'm pretty sure it is priority to you, isn't it? Yes. There you go. And obviously, yeah, unfortunately, though, even though you have plans, unfortunately, there are some people who may not be able to make those times, and I think it's sometimes better to negotiate with people when the best times are available. I mean, we're only going to have to do that nonetheless, because seeing as qualifying is about to come to an end, we're going to start talking to people and making sure that we know which times work the best for them. I mean, obviously weekends tend to work best, but there may be cases where it might not work for some people. So, we'll see for everyone. I think my suggestion to you, Angel, I'll say it right here. I think what would be a good idea is maybe if we have a Google form that is made, and essentially, well, allowing people to pick what times they're available, like all times that they're available, and the one with the most.
Beak, I'm gonna message you after this stream.
Oh, you meant the pilots. It must be your priority, guys. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Everybody. I figure if we mention as well.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean.
Yeah, sorry, my brain. But obviously, at the end of the day,
it would be weird to like just not decide on a time for who will win the $100.
I mean, of course, absolutely.
It's like you do the qualifier, like I guess we haven't decided on time. No one wins the $100.
Oh yeah, we'll just cancel the whole tournament. Yeah, game over. See you later, guys. You're just wasting your time. But yeah. And also, if you need help with that kind of stuff, I'm very open to help you out. Well, there you go. So you can organise. So there you go.
Yes, that's what I mean. I was going to message them after the stream is over.
So there you go. So you do belong to that title. But yeah, basically, I figured it was also worth mentioning as well, I suppose, then saying that we also have priority on the best times. But I do think maybe making a Google form and allowing people to pick all of the times that they would be available and have the one with the most amount of like availability be the time that the time is, well, played, the time that's played. So
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably a good way of doing it. So this tournament has been extremely smooth so far. Barely anything has gone wrong. In fact, I don't think anything has actually gone wrong really, other than maybe just a few hiccups on the board.
The only thing that's gone wrong in this form, but I've been able to fix that. And obviously, by the time qualifying ends, that's ultimately when the form, actually truly matters, because then we have to see who has all the points at the end of qualifying.
Yeah, and also I think I only had one mishap one time where I accidentally might have pressed someone's run to de-verify them, but never mind. I mean, obviously I'm verifying them on a phone. I'm obviously going to touch things by accident, aren't I? But obviously I didn't notice that I may have missed. So
what you're saying is you accidentally touched things.
Basically, yes. Because the thing is,
okay.
Because here's the problem I face with verifying runs. I can view the links on my Mac, but I can't view them on my phone. I can't click the check marks to verify things on my Mac, but I can on my phone. So I'm kind of having to have both.
Wait, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. Bit weird. No, it wasn't Darths, it was Alloys. But yeah, for some reason I can't.
No, it was Mr. Alloy that we made the mistake on.
Yeah, but obviously that's only happened once. And obviously we re-verified it. So it's a good thing that also we go back and check these runs. So if you have an illegitimate time, we will know about it. Don't you worry. We will see it. But yeah, as I can't actually press the verification button on my Mac, but I can on my phone. But I can only view links on my Mac, and I can't view them on my phone unless it pops up on my YouTube.
How can you not view the link on your phone? Because all you have to do is just tap the cell that has the video icon, and then it should give you a little pop-up that tells you to actually open the link and view the run.
Do you know what pops up instead when I do that? The code. The code. Like,
okay.
It comes.
That makes even less sense because I'm on it. Do you download Google Sheets?
Yeah, I'm using the app and it comes up saying like equals run something.
I don't know what the heck's going on because I'm using the same app. We're on the same iPhone 15 and yet it works perfectly fine on my end.
I don't know why it does it. I mean, it just comes up with all of the code saying view run at event thing blah 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 queue whatever all that gibberish.
Beak, what are you doing? Please do not publicly announce that you're going to sabotage your run.
Oh god.
May I remind you that you're the person that went the wrong direction in event 3.
Oh yeah, you did. We had a run from Beak once on event 3 where it went the wrong direction.
The fact that someone else had to step in and tell us that he went the wrong way is hilarious.
Oh god. Oh no. It's Afterparty taking a turn. Right.
Yes, anyway. I mean this is the Afterparty. I think it's a banter is warranted.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a silly one-off stream, so I mean, fuck it. But next up, we have a trailer that was not used. or an unused trailer asset, which you guys can still use if you want it. And also we have another one of these straight after this, which you'll see in a moment. And I thought I was quite creative with this. And obviously this is also what was used in the intros and also some other graphics that were used for the run reviews. If you would like any of these assets sent to you, please do let me know. Obviously, Transcendence participants only, please. Go away, PlayStation. Stop. Stop listening to me. Oh my god. That's like a funny moment for you guys. Yep, you can use that in your videos. PlayStation getting no
PlayStation is sabotaging. Oh my god.
I hate this thing. I'm not saying it again. Oh.
Also, what I find funny is on combat and luminary clips, I literally just chose anything where someone got hit by a blast.
Oh no.
Where do my priorities lie?
Oh no, I don't know. Oh my god. Welcome to behind the scenes footage, everybody. You're definitely getting the full...
honestly, I don't know why you guys are paying so much money to watch the guys stand in front of the spotlight. I mean, I think this is better.
There you go, there's our assets. We've kind of taken ourselves... We're completely distracted from this now, aren't we? But yeah. How cool, eh?
Mines, missile.
Now here are some sound effects that I implemented into...
Zone. Supersonic. Zone 100. Clear.
Obviously these were unused.
Contender eliminated.
I feel like we're gonna hear that one the most often.
Contender eliminated.
Now I did overuse the plasma part.
Yeah, we tend to like plasmas apparently.
Contender eliminated.
You lose the
Rockets.
exact
Contender eliminated.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I kind of overused it, but obviously, like I said, it was...
First place.
Average Sabenko climb gameplay.
Tell me this sound. Need this for my speed lab. If you search on YouTube, Wipeout... Actually, I can do better than that. 1 second. I will do this just for you. I will read everyone else's comment in a minute. I will do this just for you guys. I will share you the link that I had found. Where is it? 1 second. 1 second. I will find it for you. I'll read all the other comments in a second. I saw one a minute ago from King. I will read that in just a moment. So. Where was it? Where was it? Ah, here it is. Did I press it? No, that's the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong button. So if you view this Google Drive document, you will have access to all of the sounds from Wipeout HD, which is what I used to create some of the stuff. Here you go. I think that should take you straight there if I'm not... Yeah, new extracted Wipeout sounds. So there you go. There's all of the sound effects for you guys that I found from this YouTuber. I will obviously link his video for credit purposes because obviously I can't not credit the guy. He very cool. I'll just get his link now so I can send you to that video where it came from. The guy was Snozzly. That's his name on YouTube. Here we go. Everything on there. So, hello, Solar Exotic. I just came by to say I'll follow your channel since a long time. I loved your demo series and Wipeout video. Thank you for them. No worries, buddy. Thank you for enjoying them. And yeah, I do actually have a demo video coming soon, actually. I actually have the best racing games ever coming up. So we're going back to demos eventually. I probably might do it very soon, actually, because, well, with Transcendence coming to an end, obviously I have a little bit more time. Well, obviously the qualifying, because I probably won't be playing for a while. So, yeah, I might have a little bit of time to do that. I love how you use the old countdown sound. Yeah, because I actually preferred it, to be honest with you. You're welcome, Canava Avalon. But yeah, use whatever you guys want. Shameless plug time. Why not? You know. Okay, so we're now on to the point where I'm explaining the process of making run reviews. Oh, fuck. Live behind the scenes.
Beautiful start.
Bro is so confident he makes the top 4. I am. I think it's good to be confident. Obviously, I might drop below once the others start coming in, but we'll see. But basically, in answer to your question, Quakulous, I saw your question earlier. Sorry for taking me so long to answer. Yes, I use everything on Share Factory, and very rarely I use CapCut. Very, very rarely. Do you have the low health alarm? Yes, it is in that list. You can use the health alarm. There is a sound effect on that one. Yeah, but as you can see, a lot of assets are used to make these particular runs, and obviously these run reviews. So lots of overlays, lots of runs, lots of music that I had to import. As you can see, there's the timeline right there. So there's all of the stuff that you can see where you've got the opening ceremony thing that's been overlaid and stuff. You've got the introduction sequence. You've got the floating diamonds, as you can see, which is obviously an alternative video that I've borrowed to, well, enlist the latest qualifying lists. Solo Joyless and Discord. I'm going to say no to that one because I don't like Discord. And I was there before, and honestly, it didn't sit well with me, so I'm not going to be coming on Discord anytime soon. But thanks for the offer. To go back to the timeline, as you can see, that's how it's all done. And as you can see, each individual letter and each individual like text that is used in these are one asset, one overlay, one everything. So they're not exactly easy to make as well, because obviously there's no ruler, there's no anything, there's no measurement. So basically I had to kind of rely on my own wit to try and line each one of these like text messages and stuff up to, well, seem synchronized and stuff. And also that includes animations as well. And as you can see, the little lines at the top are actually text. They're not actually like flashing little lights. They are actually text that I've made look like they're flashing. So you had to be a bit creative with these things. And if I go backwards slightly to obviously run review stream 4, which is obviously before I made it all fancy like I did earlier, as you can see, the opening ceremony bit is covered by black arrows. But as you can see, you couldn't tell, could you?
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, exactly right. Why don't you use your MacBook? I have an iMac. I have iMac. But wait. I see why you're asking that now. This seems harder. Actually, no. I've been using this for years and years. And to be honest with you, once you kind of get to grips on how to use it and what you can use it for and what you can import and what you can't import and what the limits are, you kind of like, you can create all sorts of different things like this. Obviously, yeah, there are restrictions that I wish there wasn't, and obviously it sometimes can be a bit limited in what you can put on here, but obviously if I can't do certain things, then I just import it in like I have done with the Transcendence logo, and sound effects that you hear in the actual runs and stuff like that. It's kind of there's loads of different ways of going about it. But as you can see, I used 2 arrows to cover up the opening ceremony bit, and as you can see, ta-da! It doesn't look at anything, does it? Solar, how long have you spent on all this? Probably, I don't even fucking know.
A lot.
It takes a lot to do what
And
we
you gotta
do.
commend them. It's a lot of effort, but it matters.
I mean, 80-minute long videos. Okay, it wouldn't be possible if people weren't submitting runs. So obviously, my credit way of doing this is obviously having the player cards appear in the video, because obviously it's their run. It's not my run, is it? I can't claim it. But yeah, it works both ways with these run reviews, because at the end of the day, I'm using people's runs to advertise, but I'm also using people's runs to help them improve. And I'm also using this to guide people in the right direction. That, and also, it's like I get a video out of it. The organisers get a video out of it, meaning more attention to their event. And obviously, everyone's getting suggestions to improve. Everyone's getting suggestions like on how to improve their times and get better at Wipeout in any given way possible. So it kind of works both ways, really, which is why the run reviews became a thing. And obviously, it was Awito's idea initially. We were going to do this back in Epsilon, but we didn't know how to do it back then. But then once I learned recently that you could broadcast through Share Factory, it's a completely different story. And as you can see, it's 10 times easier. Thank you so much for the effort, putting all this effort in. Solo, you mad. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Glad you appreciate it. As I said, I just want people to kind of like look at this event and think, yes, this is fun, and I want people to enjoy watching the event alongside competing in it, because you don't get these often. And obviously, you got to thank Awito for actually putting this all together. I did try back in 2022, but obviously that didn't go so well for me because I didn't know where to advertise it. I didn't have the sufficient resources to do it. I only got 6 people who actually signed up to it, and I inevitably had to cancel it. And it sucks. And we were going to do an Avalon as well, but that also didn't quite happen as well. But even then, naturally, people went over and played on the HD servers.
I think it's insane that we were even able to get the devs' attention with this tournament. I mean, honestly, this entire thing was just kind of a home run, because there was actually less time spent preparing for this than Epsilon. Yet even then, like, we have been able to just build further and further with Transcendence, and we're still not at the online stages yet, which is all of next month, and man, it's going to be quite exciting to see.
Mate, we're not even 3 quarters through qualifying, and we're at this point. It's like I didn't imagine going this far to this extent, kind of like helping organize this event, considering the fact that I have had bad failures recently within the Wipeout community. And it's kind of like, you know, the fact that I was able to kind of redeem myself on my own standards by helping out with Transcendence, I'm definitely grateful for it. Because obviously when I tried to organize my tournament a while back, it was just a complete flop, and I tried my best, but it just didn't quite go to plan. And yeah, I still feel a bit guilty about that today, but you know, things can't be helped sometimes. There are things like, you know, there are things.
Yeah. Actually, honorable mention to Beak. That also was a partial. Like, honestly, there was quite a few. Like, it wasn't just like one major reason why I decided to do this. It was overall just a whole bunch of like minute reasons to what motivated me to do the whole thing in the first place. So first off, we have that one blank. I think literally like in the Discord DMs, he was like, you know, I think you should do a tournament, and I'm like, okay, and then then I just started the draft. That's really how it went down. Like, he's like, I think you should do a tournament, and I'm like, okay.
And
then Beak, Beak was also a reason, because I saw his events and I genuinely enjoyed them, except the tiebreakers. But you know, they were still quite fun, and I was like, the fact that Wipeout is still going is like, okay, I think I have a reason to do the tournament. Then we're able to get help from you, and I was able to post a bit on Reddit and was able to get a little more attention from there, and especially you putting it up on Twitter also added to the fun. So I think all those factors really helped set the stage, and now we're here, almost 3 quarters into qualifying, and I mean, obviously one of these people is going to win the money. I don't know who it is, but only time will tell.
We've had twice the amount of participants than we had in Epsilon. We have a much larger final, and it's a month longer than we had previously. And it's also the most advanced tournament we've ever done. And obviously, like, for example, we never had any of this. We never had any of the run reviews. We never had any graphics. Well, we had some graphics designed, but they were never used.
We had some graphics.
But nonetheless, everyone here has had a equal, contribution. And therefore, we should all be proud of ourselves. And, yeah. Thank you guys for obviously allowing us to do the run reviews and stuff like that. I'm glad you're enjoying them, because obviously, as I say, I do try my best. I'm not perfect, and I know I'm probably shit at a few things, which I'm sure people would tell me, but at the same time, I learn from criticism. In fact, to be honest with you, I benefit more from criticism than I ever do with the positivity. And it sounds weird to say, but I was always raised to look at improvements only and never look at the positive things. If I can find something to improve, even if it's just a matter of a side shift or a speed pad, I would not be satisfied until I do it. I'm kind of like one of those people. But I do take in positivity just as well. But it's kind of like I've been raised to believe that until it's perfect, it isn't perfect, basically. Which I think everyone's perspective on that. But I would always look at it and go with it until I'm doing it. Like what I'm going to be doing with this bloody annul for pass reverse detonator in a little while. Fuck. But
I would like to continue with your statement. I'm in kind of the same mindset as well. Even in zone, people are saying "Oh, your runs are so good," but my mindset is still potential improvements to be done. There are still ways to squeeze out additional points or turn the imperfect zones into perfect ones. That's again the same mindset that I've had for pretty much the entirety of my Wipeout career, and it definitely means a lot in terms of the type of players that we both are. And not only that, I also appreciate system. Beak has provided commentary on the way the events are structured, and it's definitely understandable. It's definitely something to take into consideration when it comes to another tournament. But
2026, everybody.
That's all I'll say on that part. But again, I appreciate the criticisms. I appreciate, because once again, obviously, people want a better tournament than a good tournament, and those are, of course, the types of things that I want to keep in mind when it comes to seeing what people think is the best way to determine who is the best Wipeout pilot. So those are all things that I consider as well. And again, I appreciate the comments and suggestions, because I definitely read all of them to ensure everyone has a great time.
That, and also we've had a bit of feedback already, and it's kind of this time round, in Epsilon, we had too few detonator and zone events, and this time we've had too few many detonator and zone events. So now, when it comes to the next tournament, should there be one, we now have obviously the right amount, because obviously this time we had 9 zone modes and 6 detonators, which people have been saying there's a little bit too many, which understandable. But in Epsilon, we only had 2 detonators and 4 zones. So therefore, kind of the middle bracket would be 6 zones and 4 detonators, which seems...
Well, you know what they say, third time's the charm.
Exactly. So it's no one's going to get it perfect first time. And obviously, yeah, as Beak says, perfectionism is dangerous. And it is, because obviously... You always want to keep improving. No one's perfect, and obviously, if you become a perfectionist, it doesn't, it goes up and down in its own ways. But obviously, yeah, I keep an eye on that personally. I'm obviously not one of those people. I just kind of like to improve, and obviously, I don't want to believe that it's perfect until I'm satisfied. If that makes sense, there's always fine tuning involved. Oh, look, Kid 8 says the same thing. It's all about fine tuning. You can't expect to nail it on the spot. Exactly right. Anyway, I think we are done with the behind the scenes. In terms of mental health, it's dangerous. For the results, it's great. But yeah,
wait, I thought there was going to be funny moments.
There is. We're going to get onto that in just a moment. Undersupply, excess, and then find the balance. More 2048. We're racing. Yes, we'll do that. We'll have 20 A+ races on Pure Race, all on the same track. Sabenko climb. Yes, that's impossible. Okay. Pure racing. No, pure racing. Enough. Okay. Right. Anyway, we are done with the behind the scenes. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That took way longer than I thought it would, but never mind. On with the run review after party. Next up is some funny and interesting moments. credits to you.
Wait, I'm surprised you actually used me. Because the thing is, like, I want to put my own stuff in, but I had to, like, comb through, like, over an hour of just me restarting attempts. It was like, how the hell am I gonna find something?
Okay, so I should probably mention here, the funny moments is quite short because we couldn't find too many. But I hope what we do have...
I mean, so I think we'll find more during the online, in my opinion.
Yes, I do think so myself as well. I do think, like, the online has more to offer. Or will have more to offer. Because obviously there's going to be a lot of chat, let's be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna see banter, we're gonna have people saying, "You shot me!" or something like that.
It's like, oh, I hate or Mike ear rape from me.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, that seems like something I would do too.
So these are all taken from qualifying runs. And also, he likes to applaud himself. Yeah, good old Nitro. Hey. You stole my... There's a PlayStation thing. You stole my second place. For some reason, yeah, Mr. PlayStation came up.
Mr. PlayStation.
He just spoke to me right then as well. I don't know if you probably heard that, but...
Takes a lot.
Perfect timing, yeah. Everyone, thanks, yeah, thanks PlayStation. Don't you dare! Shut up! Thank you. He didn't do it this time, thank God. There he goes. There he goes. I mean, look at that. 123 zones, not 121. And, 1,135,977,867 speed
I don't
pads.
think that's right.
How did you achieve that many?
Let's gloss over that, I guess. The pinball!
The pinball.
Zone 25. Clear.
Okay. Right. Right, I'm just gonna delete that. And then add that. There you go.
I didn't even know that was possible.
The
but
return
I guess
of the
we learn
floating
a lot
bomb.
These days.
Yep, there you go. As you can see, floating detonator bomb that is absolutely impossible to destroy. So, and this is how some of my runs actually got destroyed. So yeah, you get some weird shit happen, especially to me. I mean, it's always me that it seems to happen to. Floating bomb really trait. Sure what and there we go. That is the end of the funny moments. Okay, well now we're coming up to the second part.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably leave more comments. I started like reducing them because I was like, I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. I mean,
oh god,
I could say something like, "Beat this solar," but like, I don't know if that's really the type of comment for me to do.
We might have another after party during the online sessions. How often are we going to see after parties? This is going to be the only one. But there might be another one later on. We don't know yet, but there might be another one in the online stages. But for like this specific one, this is going to be the only one, I'm afraid. But because obviously this is taking a lot to edit, but you know, it's always worth it. We might have another one in the online stages. We'll see. But now we move on to the comments. Have fun. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Oh, I should probably state, this bit didn't quite turn out the way I wanted to turn out. So, apologies. But hopefully it'll still be just as funny. Because there's a few interesting ones on here. Here we go. There you go. Yeah, baby. Race line different, to be fair. Hell yeah. My hands hurt. Ooh. 110 laps later, almost 200 laps. Excuse my English, a shit run. Electric Boogaloo. Sit down. Okay, I sat down.
I like that one.
Okay, this is epic. Not pathetic at all. Disappointing. Only took 5 minutes at all. Whew. Uber plant as the guy felt trapped. If you want to know why I'm in the sky, I got Uber planted. Woo! So many errors. Shit turn. I hope I never need to touch this again and need to max win. What a horrible event. Jesus, this is all tough. Ben's gonna get aneurysms at each failed power roll. Okay-ish. Might retry. Damn, didn't expect that. Too much pain to get perfect. My hands were cold. Pain. Yay, last 2 laps of shit can be improved. My hands are still cold.
My hands are still cold.
My hands have not gotten warmer.
My hands have not gotten warmer.
Fuck the Desto zone. Damn, big collision at the end. Could have gone a bit further, but alas, finally got points with lovely pinball. I hate this track. I'm so shit at zone. Help. Decent, I think. Hard. How is this not the most hated event? Use agility next time. Retard. Oh, mate. New world record for about a few hours. Detonator ain't in it for me, fam. This run is good, but like bad. I'm getting so smacked on this one. It takes a lot of skill to unlock event 40 a bit better. And there you go, that's just a few of the comments that have been left.
By the way, Honest Fork is responsible for the Cold Hand Saga.
Oh, well, there you go. The Cold Hand Saga, everybody. That's going to be like the new trend now on all of these comments now, isn't it? For fuck's sake. And, oh, what was that? Oh, I thought vibration. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the after party. Yeah. Obviously, there won't be any more of these. Obviously, I've got to be a bit quiet now because it is quite late. So sorry about that. But yeah, we probably won't be doing any more of these, just because obviously this was just one sneaky look behind the scenes. But I hope you guys appreciated it nonetheless. We might do one again during the online phase, because why wouldn't we? Because it's just a bit of fun, and we like fun. So, you know. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's run review and the run review after party. It has been a pleasure to bring you all of this. Yeah, any last comments, Ewito?
I'm glad that you were able to put this together. I mean, I do personally think at least one should happen after the online races, because I definitely think there can be potentially funny banter moments or other nonsense that we can expect to see. But even then, like, again, I'm very grateful for all your effort, all your editing, putting all this together. Because even though I do make the comparison videos on Vegas, you do much of the heavy lifting nonetheless. And that can definitely not go unnoticed.
Brilliant. Okay, any last comments before we close? We need more funnies, people. This was art. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for the after party. Can't wait for the next review. It was a lot of fun. Run review, and this was so much fun. Great stuff, really. Oh, that's good. At least, obviously, it's received positive feedback. I will definitely do my best to see what we can do over the course of, well, the online phase. But for now, we're going back to run reviews. We'll be back here at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and 5 p.m. EST. Next week. Obviously that will be the penultimate one next week, and then the final one will be the Saturday before qualifying ends, which will be on Monday the 27th of February, which is in 15 days and a bit time. So make sure you guys, if you have not submitted any runs yet, please get to it now.
You gotta submit them now, because there's 2 weeks left, and you better be careful.
Because by this time next week, there's not going to be enough time to do all 40 events. Probably safe to say. So, if you haven't started, do it now. And I mean now.
Yes, you have to start now, because time is not on your side now.
And to say the least as well, someone is going home in 2 weeks' time. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, one actually person who's qualifying for this event is unfortunately going to be going home. Don't let it be you. We want to see you in the online final. So, get to work, use the run reviews, watch other people's runs, do what you need to do, show what you can do. It takes a lot to do what you do. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. We hope you have a great night.